In this tutorial, I'll teach you how to install and configure Squid proxy server on Linux Ubuntu. So this is my Linux dashboard. First, I'll look for the terminal, which is the command window in Linux. To install Squid, I'll type in sudo apt-get install Squid, and I'll type in my password. In all the commands that I'll be using in this tutorial, I'll use the sudo prefix, which means that I want to run the command as an administrator. So there we are. Squid is now installed and is running on process 2205. If I now go to Firefox, and let me first put in the proxy. In this case, the HTTP proxy is the IP address of my machine. So if I go back to the command prompt and type ifconfig, the IP address of my machine is 10.0.2.15. So I put it in Firefox 10.0.2.15, and by default Squid listens on port 3128, and we'll see how we can change it later. So if I now type in google.com, I get an error message that is access denied. So if you're getting this message, congratulations, Squid is working. Now we have to configure Squid to block some websites and allow the rest. And to do that, we again go to the terminal and open the configuration file. So we type sudo gedit space /etc/squid/squid.conf. So gedit is the text editor in Ubuntu. So there it is. It's a text file which contains thousands of lines of code, but fortunately most of them are preceded by the hash sign, which means that it is commented out or it is not active. Only a few lines are active. The rest is all explanation of the tags, the syntax, along with lots of examples. So the first thing we can do is to enable the line numbers. So we go to edit, preferences, and select the display line numbers. Now we see different line numbers adjacent to the lines. Once we have done that, we start looking for any uncommented lines down the text. So the first active segment is somewhere near line 600, where we see some ACL lines. ACL stands for Access Control List, and it is a list of all the ports, URLs or IP addresses over which we can assert some control. So if we go down to line 680, we can see a line http:/access space deny space all. So this was the line which denied us access when I went to google.com. So to block some of the websites and allow the rest, what we can do is we can change it to allow all. So now it's http:/access space allow all, but this will allow unlimited access to all the websites. For that, we now create an access control list near the line 600s. So after all the ACLs, we create another ACL which we can name as blocked_websites, and then we can write DST domain space the URLs that we want to block. So for example, if we want to block facebook.com, we write .facebook.com, and if we want to block another URL, we'll write it in front of the same URL. So we can add another one by typing in .twitter.com, and now we can block this access control list by writing http:/access space deny space blocked_websites. We can save the file now and close it. Every time we make a change in the configuration file, we have to restart Squid. So we can write sudo space service squid and restart. So the Squid has been restarted. Now we go back to Firefox and go to google.com. This time I've successfully reached google.com. But now if I go to Facebook, I get an error message. So my proxy server is working correctly. If I try twitter.com, the same message. But now if I go to seeks.nust.edu.pk, so now we have successfully configured a Squid proxy server on Linux Ubuntu. So thank you for listening to the tutorial.